Well, hi everybody. My name is Tony Grill. Welcome to my channel, Wisconsin Hugs. Kind of took a break for a while. Got busy working and my job at Walmart and my door dashing, and I've even been donating plasma just to try to make pay all the bills, but it's been working. I've been doing pretty well. The recovery's going well. Need to lose a little more weight though. I seem to be stuck at this 250 plateau. So I hope everybody's doing well. I haven't had a chance to check out any of these other channels in a while. Some of them I was poking fun at, but like calling them grumpy old men. But I haven't had a chance yet to check out their channels. But I'm just out in the sun, you know, just out in nature. Beautiful day here in Wisconsin. We finally, I think it's like 60 degrees out here, so finally got some sun, and I'm just enjoying it. And I guess today I wanted to talk about Nicholas Mew. If you don't know who Nicholas Mew is, he's the Apple River murderer, or stabber, if you want to call him that. I guess 2 days ago, the jury did decide on the case, and they did find him guilty. And to tell you the truth, I was shocked. I was actually shocked that they could get a whole jury to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you know, having watched the video footage, you know, it was tough to watch, because you know, you're sitting there. It's like watching a movie and you already know the ending of the movie. You know, there was just so many things that were going on there that you were like, you know, yelling, like, you know, you know, like I watched part of the video. Okay, I watched the video where, okay, they're at the Apple River, and Nicholas Mew, he comes running up to the group of kids, and he's like actually touching their tubes, and he's right invading their space. He's looking under the tubes, and he offers no explanation as to what he's doing. Okay, and these kids, you know, they're kids. They were underage drinking. They were all intoxicated. They weren't even I guess they were like high school seniors. They're going to be seniors, so they're way underage. And that's funny. They never got charged with intoxication. I believe the intoxication is part of the problem that happened here, because these kids were definitely drunk. They were definitely drunk, and their behavior, it affected their behavior. And then, you know, but at the same time, he's an adult. He's 51 years old, you know. And he didn't offer any. He's a what, electrical engineer? So the guy is obviously a brilliant man. Apparently he spoke 5 languages, and yet he couldn't open his mouth to say something to these kids as to what he was doing. So he runs up to their tubes, and he's actually touching their tubes, and then he's looking under their tubes, and you know, any sane person would sit there and go, well, that's a little bit odd behavior. That's odd behavior right there, and not offer an explanation as to what he's doing. So, you know, the kids, of course, they're like, hey, what, you looking for children? You're a pedophile? And they started calling him really nasty names. Of course, there weren't any little girls anywhere on that Apple River, but you know, they just kept hammering on him and calling him bad names. And he, you know, he didn't even try to defend himself. You're sitting there going, why don't you say something? Why don't you just say, hey, I'm trying to find my friend's phone? Or, you know, it fell in the river here. It fell, and we're trying to find his phone. But he didn't say anything. So it made him look really weird. You know, it made him look, yeah, like a weirdo, like some old guy weirdo, you know? And then, you know, and then the kids were, you know, and you could tell when they started calling him bad names. This guy obviously had, I don't know if he's ever dealt with kids or not. I don't think he raised any kids. He was married, then he was divorced. I don't think there was no mention of him having any kids, so he probably didn't have any kids. and probably wasn't around teenagers, but the look on his face when those kids were yelling at him, calling him names, it was like you could tell he'd never been in that situation before. He's never been in a situation where he was surrounded by a bunch of kids that were yelling at him. And so, oh, look at these guys. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can find them here. Oh, if I can get them, if I can switch it around. Yeah, so there's those dogs right there that DJ was playing with over there. So yeah, you could see it on his face. This guy had no clue as to how to deal with them. He didn't respond. He didn't say anything. He just kind of like, you know, like, oh, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what he was looking like, you know, like, and he started, you know, he had a goofy, like, silly smile on his face. Like, I don't know how this happened. His friends had left him behind, you know, so, oh, now this dog's getting the hang of the park. Yeah, now you're getting the hang of it. There you go. That puppy back there, he's only 4 months old, and he's his first time at the park, so he's really shy of all the dogs. So yeah, you're kind of like, while you're watching the video, you're kind of screaming at him. You're like, you know, say something, Nick. Say something. Just all you gotta do is tell the kids what you were doing, what you were trying to do, and walk away. You know, just walk away. But it was pretty clear that these kids, they wanted to pick on him. They wanted to harass him. And what's amazing is you know, they were acting pretty brave, and you know, with the big gang of them, you know, jumping on this guy, and then a couple ladies joined in. They're like, you have to leave, but they were like blocking his path, so he couldn't leave, you know, and he's surrounded by them. And then, you know, the video conveniently, like whoever was filming, doesn't show, you know, where the lady claims she got slapped by him, and everybody says he slapped her. But then the defense attorneys put everybody on a stand, and none of them could get their stories straight. They were trying to say that he started the fight first, you know, which I don't know. I'm watching the videos. I don't see it. I don't see a slap. I don't see nothing, you know. All I see is him getting knocked into the water, and for no reason, and then, you know, eventually the guy got knocked down, what, 2-3 times, something like that. And then he finally had enough of that. He pulls the knife out of his pocket. He kept a knife. Apparently, he kept a little, like, 3-inch blade on him to cut the ropes, because they tie all the tubes together when you go down the river. So he had this knife on him. See, I've tubed down that river many times. As a kid growing up, we would take field trips, school field trips. We would go down there as you know, elementary kids. So, you know, it's just meant to be a happy, fun, good time. You know, you'd never think of a murder happening there, or stabbings or anything. But it goes to show you, you know, kids nowadays, you know, they should be taught, hey, don't pick on somebody, don't pick on people, because, you know, kids today think they can get away with anything because I'm a kid. You can't lay your hand on me, I'm a kid. You know, my parents are going to sue you, whatever. But that's not the case, you know. But, you know, I am shocked. I was shocked at the jury verdict. I was shocked that all of them agreed that, you know, I felt everybody was wrong, you know. But at the same time, I had a hard time thinking that all 12 jurors were going to convict this guy. You know, I felt there would be at least 1 or 2 jurors, maybe more, that would say, hey, this looks like self-defense, you know, because he kept getting knocked down on his ass, you know. He kept getting knocked. Yeah, we got some bikers going on there. So, oh, let's see. DJ's having fun running, aren't you, buddy? He needed this. He hasn't been outside running the last few days. I haven't had a chance to get him out here. Yeah, so anyways, my personal opinion on the whole matter, I think he should be charged with something, but I don't think it should be murder or anything like that, you know. I think the jury was wrong on that, but you know, that's obviously that's what they came up with, you know, and you have to respect the jury, you know. Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, that's in the other end of Wisconsin. That case happened over by the Minnesota-Wisconsin border, you know, up by Minneapolis. Kyle Rittenhouse is over by the Illinois-Wisconsin border over there, just, you know, right by Lake Michigan. So the other case happened more towards the Mississippi River border, you know, and the St. Croix River border, you know. So you just, it was weird, you know. Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself, and the jury agreed with him and acquitted him. I felt this guy also was here's the thing though, did he defend himself? Was he scared for life? Well, he said he was. He said he definitely was scared for his life. Yeah, you know, that's what you need to teach kids nowadays. You need to say, hey, don't mess with people. Just don't mess with people at all. Yeah, you know, there's 6 of you and 1 of him, but look what happened, you know. He killed one of your friends, and your friend's gonna be gone the rest of his life, and he injured a bunch of other people. So, and those kids started, you know, they got a dose of reality very quickly, you know. Whatever illusions they had of the world as them being superior to everybody in the world, that was shattered very fast by a 51-year-old guy at the Upper River who happened to be carrying a 3-inch blade with him. So I'm sure from the rest of their lives they're probably going to be a lot more careful who they talk to. I mean, you know, it's like be nice to that one kid at school, right? You know, the one loner at school. I mean, you know, he may you know, what was that, the Adam Sandler movie where he says, you know, hi to the one kid, and then the kid afterwards has a list of people he's going to kill, and he crosses the guy off the list. It's kind of like that, you know. It's like just don't mess with people, you know. And I wish they would teach kids that. At the same time, Nicholas Mew, he could have acted a little better. I mean, who brings a snorkel to Apple River? You just don't do that, you know. That was weird. I thought that was weird, you know. And you show up by these tubes with a snorkel on and everything, and you don't explain what you're doing, and you're actually touching their tubes, you know. And he got away from his gang, and then, you know, yeah, and even you know, they were trying to say he slapped the girl, and nobody could get their stories straight. Like, the girl thought he hit him with his right hand. Well, he had a knife in his right hand, you know. Another kid thought he hit her, and they couldn't tell what cheek he hit her. Was it right, left cheek? They couldn't tell you, you know, and she had no injuries. So, you know, it's a sad tragedy. It should have never happened, but it did, and hopefully, I don't know if there's any lesson that can be learned on something like that. So here we are at the dog park. I mean, even here at the dog park, you know, you never know when you know, like a dog's gonna snap, you know, or a person, you know, you just don't know. So you just don't pick on people. Don't, you know, that's what you gotta do, right? You just gotta, that's what you gotta do, not pick on people, you know. Come to the park, you have fun. You go to Apple River, you go there to have fun, you know, and assume everybody else is out there to have fun. You don't want any tragedies happening. You just don't want that.